What's going on? Happy Tuesday, live from the 856. This is channel 856 back again with another episode. It's your boy Danny X.
Jared, we live back into effect. Week 12?
Week 12.
Let's get it. Episode 13 in the books.
Yes, sir. Yep, 3 months into the season. We appreciate y'all as always. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell y'all now, if I sound a little stuffy, allergies. I was on the golf course all day over the weekend. A lot of grass, so if I sound stuffy, it's my allergies. So pardon me. But as always, we'll start with our standings right now. Boom. Cool. So unfortunately, I have more of the same news, not too much movement. We do have a little bit of movement as far as standings go, but not too much as far as implications go. So we have Alex is still 11-0, still undefeated. He has now beaten everybody in the league.
He's doing his big one. He's doing a victory lap.
Yeah, so he's officially beat everyone in the league. And yeah, dominant in first place right now. Also leading the points race as of right now. Over 1,300 points right now. So yeah, playing really well. So King Wizard, the man behind the pod, coming in at 9-2. And then we got Kemis and Chris tied at 7-4. Steen has jumped up to the 5th seed at 6-5. Currently riding a 2-game win streak. Chris is on a 4-game win streak.
They're getting hot.
Yeah, and then Zaire's at 6-5 on the other side. He's on a 4-game lose streak. So took a slide down to 6th seed. Evan 5-6. I'm 4-7 with Scoop. CP's 3-8 with Foom, and Jared, unfortunately,
it's 1-10, a big fat 1-10, like crazy. It's just getting it's really like I'm not going gas. Like Sunday nights, no, I'm sorry, Sunday nights, some Mondays, I'm not going gas. I really would drive like home without no radio, no music, no nothing. It really get that serious. I'm dead serious. Like I'm dead serious. Like I'd be so tight sometimes. But yeah, I have not won since September, so I'm in dire needs.
Beat me.
Look, I've been getting cooked.
For me, it was similar. I had similar feelings for this week's game, just because of how just my personal mistakes. But yeah, no, man. 3 weeks left in the regular season, including this week, and yeah, playoff picture. Playoffs is around the corner, so we will see how everything shakes out. It'll be very interesting to see if there's any more movement. Our trade deadline is passed, so we are past that. Something we voted on as a league, so no more trades. Had a little debate earlier today about if out of postseason teams can make transactions. We had a funny call on the league earlier about that, so. Chris and Quinn had a little bit of a heated back and forth there. That was pretty funny. But yeah, let's get right into this past week's matchups. Week 11, I lost to Alex 112-87. Sounds kind of worse than it is, for sure. Needed Genty and Lamb to have a little bit more on Monday night. Sat Kenneth Gainwell and Christian Watson, who had their highest scoring performances of the year. 18 from Watson, 26 from Gainwell. So I start Gainwell, I win. Simple as that. Had a little bit of confusion in my flex. I should have started Gainwell or Watson, obviously. I still went with Tez Johnson after his 2-touchdown performance. But yeah, fell short there. Alex got a late stack points from Mahomes and Kelsey that pretty much took it out of reach for me. But yeah, is what it is. Still got some opportunity to still try and get into that 6th seed. I believe Zaire is this week's dog walk. Oh, wait. Let me see. No, it might be Scoop. I don't know what's the math on that. 56 versus... it's close. It's close. I think Scoop actually has the slight edge there. But anyway, second matchup, we have Chris beating Zaire 143-88. Big time win.
Josh Allen, 6 touchdowns.
Josh Allen had 48 points.
CMC with 3 right there.
CMC
It's 9
with,
touchdowns.
yeah.
Just don't even look at the app at that point.
80 points from 2 people right there. And then another 10 from Puka, 15 from Jason Myers, who's been really good in the kicker spot last several weeks.
Facts.
Um,
He's number 1.
Yeah. So, James Cook was Zaire's highest point scorer for the week. And, just didn't really get a lot of maximized points. No 20-point scores there. Another blowout victory. CP beat Foom 130-88. Led by Tedero McMillan and Trevion Henderson. Cairo Santos as well with a 16-point game, leading the way for CP. 21 points from Steelers defense from Froome stands out from his point outputs on his side. And then third matchup of this past week, or fourth, excuse me, was Quinn over Scoop, 130-74, which I believe is the dog walk. 32 from Prescott, 28 from Bijan, 25 from George Pickens, who went absolutely nuts last night. Devon A. led the way for Scoop this past week. He can't catch a break. It's almost like every week someone on his team gets hurt, hence the name injury bug. So got a tough loss for him there. And then a low-scoring game between Kemis and Evan, 80-65 essentially. Travis Etienne, Jamison Williams, Chris Boswell leading the way there.
Jamison played well on Sunday night.
Yeah, he had a really good game. Seems like his route tree starting to open up a little bit more.
Finally getting to him.
Yeah, for sure. Not just running go routes every play for him. Evan unfortunately had an underperformance from Justin Herbert. Just the Chargers just didn't show up to play against Jacksonville this past week, and kind of led to that demise for that week. And then 120-88, Steen over Jared. Steen led the way with Kenneth Walker, 18, Jahmyr Gibbs, 17.
Both of them was moving and grooving.
Stephon Diggs, 15. George Kittle with 21. That had a pretty balanced performance from his team. Jared led the way with Drake May, T. Higgins also getting to the end zone, and Eddie Pinedo, who's been on our waiver kickers for a little bit. So
I only got 3 touchdowns this week. There was a point I was watching. Me and Steen was going neck and neck. It was like by 20. I think I was leading, but my quarterback had played because we played Thursday. It went like Jordan Mason touchdown, Kenneth Walker, Kenneth Walker, and then Kittle. I was just like, oh, that was like a wave. Steen, Steen was going crazy. So shout out to Steen. He definitely had a great week this week. Good dub. So,
for sure. See how it goes. I got Quinn this week. 3 weeks left in the season. Definitely I gotta win out to give myself the best chance. Finish at 7-7. Need some other things to happen in my favor, but we'll see how it goes. See how the cookie crumbles. As far as week 11 in the actual league in the NFL, Patriots over Jets started the week on Thursday night, 27-14. Madrid game, first Madrid game in NFL history. Dolphins over Commanders in overtime. Steelers win big in a divisional matchup. Chargers probably the biggest upset of the week, losing to the Jaguars 35-6. Rams won a tight one over the Seahawks. Panthers over Falcons in overtime. Bills over Bucks in a high-scoring shootout. Niners over Cards. Broncos beat the Chiefs to continue to dominate the AFC West. Eagles over Lions Sunday night, and then Cowboys cooked the Raiders on Monday night. For me, watched a lot of the Packers-Giants game, watched a lot of the Bucks-Bills game. Bucks-Bills game was really entertaining. That's probably the 2 games I was keyed in on the most. How about you? Anything stood out from Week 11?
Definitely that Bucks-Bills was, I knew that was a good one. Seahawks and Rams was another one that was lit. Excuse me. Bears-Vikings was kind of good. It was sloppy, but kind of good entertaining because it was sloppy.
Yeah.
That's really about it. I kind of thought, Eagles game, to be honest, it was lackluster, but I thought it was going to be more low scoring. The environment was kind of cool, but the offense watching them is not too good. And it's kind of the same, like Cowboys, I had a feeling it was going to be kind of like offensive game for them, like a ceiling game for
Oh, for
them.
sure,
So
100%.
so yeah, good week though. Much better matchups, definitely. Much better slate than last week. Last week I feel like it was a lot of games where I wasn't even interested in. But
Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Yeah. So moving on to week 12. We'll start with waivers. At this point, your team's probably your team. You're probably just making late bye week adjustments.
trimming the fat.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. You probably like the team that you're running with going into the rest of the season. Dolphins, Broncos, Chargers, Commanders, all on bye. So Devon Achans, you're probably looking for replacements. Bo Nix, R.J. Harvey, Cortland Sutton, um, Debo Samuel, Kamani Vidal, Lab McConkey, the likes, Justin Herberts, and so on and so forth. So, still important to keep up with your waivers. Um, I'll kick it off with the quarterbacks. So, obviously, Joe Burrow is looming. I know he's pulling for next week with Thanksgiving, but I'm sure he's probably doing everything he can to get back on the field. Brock Purdy, the 49ers are getting healthy. He played a really good game, hung 40 plus in his first game back after injury. So, definitely want to look at Brock Purdy. Joe Flacco and Cincy, although they did lose big, um, they do put up a lot of offensive points still and still keep themselves within games, similar to Jacoby Brissett. Just both offenses are still playing at a decently high level and can still get the job done. So definitely two quarterbacks you want to look at. If you're really in trouble and people are hoarding quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins, he's going to get a shot in ATL with Michael Penix, unfortunately having a third season-ending knee injury. Um, since I think he's like eight. He has like 8 years under his like football career from college till now, and he's injured that knee 3 times, which is unfortunate. So Kirk Cousins will be going for the rest of the season. Um, yeah, not too many quarterbacks there. You obviously have your staples for your team. So if you're looking to replace like Justin Herbert, like I mentioned, or Bo Nix, definitely try and get one of those five. Who do we got for running backs this week?
Well, there's definitely a few that I really like. They shouldn't be on waivers, like Trey Henderson, Sean Tucker, especially after last week. He could be out there in some leagues. But Emmanuel Wilson's won this week. Josh Jacobs being banged up, left the game, didn't return. He'd be someone plug and play, smash play. There's a few others like Woody Marks might be there looming. That might be in a lot of leagues. Kyle Manunga is another one who he's been vulturing red zone work from Swift. You have someone on there, Kenneth Gainwell. He's been playing well. Cardinals running backs, they've been banged up left and right. Kind of a hot hand approach they have over there. So I'd lean a little bit more towards Knight over Carter, but both are in play. You have R.J. Harvey out there in some leagues, apparently on bye week. Someone might have dropped him, but for the most part, I think definitely have to be prioritizing your handcuffs. Anyone who has any pathway to being a plug and play running back one, or just even kind of like vulturing touchdowns, they should be on a roster right now.
Excuse me. But yeah, no, absolutely. A lot of different injuries heading into this part of the year, so you definitely want to make sure any committee running back rooms definitely check out who's next up. As far as wide receivers, Jaden Reed, Jalen McMillan, Brandon Ayuk should be coming off IR soon. So if you're playing into the postseason for your fantasy playoffs, definitely some people you might want to look at. Jawan Jennings is playing really well with Brock Purdy back. Seemed to be pretty healthy after he had a couple knocks earlier in the year. Alec Pierce is another one of those guys, very touchdown dependent, but seemed to be still getting fed in the Colts offense. Michael Wilson's playing really well with Jacoby Brissett. I believe he scored this past week, so he's having a trend upwards. Jerry Jeudy could be someone to look at with Shador Sanders and more competent quarterback. Might be able to put it on the number for Jerry Jeudy. Trey Tucker is now the number one in Las Vegas, so he's getting a lot more reps. Scored last night.
Mm-hmm.
So Tej Johnson, Daryl Mooney, some to look at, but not too high on just because of the ceiling is high, but the floor is also very low. So be very mindful of wide receivers like that. Similar to some tight ends we have. So who do you got for tight ends.
I really like AJ Barner. His role just been different. They had him in like the tush push quarterback
Yeah.
over there, so that was kind of entertaining, interesting, creative. I'll be honest, the tight end position for me, I wouldn't love to play any of these people, but on a bye week, he'd be my favorite. Dalton Schultz has been trending upwards lately. A lot of usage and connection with Davis Mills. So he'd be a sneaky play. Zach Ertz is someone in most leagues. If you're in a bind or a pinch, bye week could be, couple, like I know the Patriots still have a bye week. He'd be someone I'd give it a dart throw. He's definitely an old reliable, but for the most part, it looks like Loveland kind of coming and going, fading a bit.
Yep.
Juwan Johnson, someone who's spiked, came back down to earth. Looks like he's trending upwards a bit. And then Luke Musgrave has volume opportunity, but not sure if he's the right player you'd be, trying to start at this
He
point
didn't
in the
look good
season.
this last week.
Nah.
As far as kickers go, I know Tyler Loop has the Jets this week, so probably a lot of opportunity to score. Definitely want to look his way. Excuse me. You also have Brandon McManus over in Green Bay, who will have some opportunity to score. It's pretty much plug and play. Cam Little with Jacksonville, they score a lot of points, so definitely want to look their way. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's really just, who's got the best opportunity. Like, it's not one of those things where obviously you don't want to just look at projected, but it's kind of just like, are they playing a favorable defense that allows a lot of points to kickers? Guys like Harrison Butker with the Chiefs, high-powered offense. Daniel Carlson, the Raiders don't reach the end zone, so a guy like him, especially playing against the Browns this week, could have a lot of opportunity to put points up. So it's really just about another guy like New England, Boregalis, like another high power offense where they score a lot of points. So even if it's just extra points, they still have a lot of opportunity to fall into field goals. Any good matchups for defenses this week?
I actually prefer a lot a lot more this week. Baltimore this week obviously has the Jets. They're making a quarterback switch to Tyrod Taylor. He's a little bit, he's comparable in terms of mobility, but accuracy, I think he's a more improvement, but definitely still takes sacks. Not really a deep ball thrower. Definitely could see some pressure packages giving him trouble. Green Bay, I believe they're playing Minnesota.
Yep.
I picked the Bears defense last week to have a strong game. They had a couple picks, but towards the end, Minnesota started coming back. So Green Bay, they have Parsons over there. Hopefully, they can generate the pass rush to make some turnover-worthy plays or generate sacks. Chicago, I think they have 3 players that are leading the league in picks. They have 2 people at 5 and then 1 player at 4. I think Kevin Byard, Terrell Edmonds, and it's the other dude that just caught the pick over there on the week. His coach got killed.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was him, but I didn't look it up real quick. It's on CDS on Instagram. I was looking at that in the gym. But yeah, they're a strong play. Atlanta, I know Kirk Cousins is making the switch to quarterback, so I feel like that could be a bit of a downturn on their defense because he's kind of trash in my opinion. Like I'm not a big fan of his, but he could be an improvement for Michael Penix for a bit, for a bit.
Absolutely.
Dallas is another defense, versus Philly. Probably not actually. So no, I'm actually not gonna go Dallas. Cleveland though. I like Cleveland in a game with Vegas. I kind of feel like both teams are likely to turn the ball over.
Stink fest.
I know Geno Smith has unfortunately been one of the most turnover prone quarterbacks this year. And then Tedora Sanders too. Like we gotta expect, anyone to struggle in their first actual start in the NFL. So definitely both defenses are in play. Jacksonville, they're in play for me versus the Cardinals. And San Fran, they're in play for me as well.
Nashawn Wright. That's the third secondary player.
Thank you. My phone service is acting silly willy.
So from there, keep an eye on those matchups, those players. You probably got your waivers in at this point for being Tuesday evening. You'll definitely probably have some updates by the morning, seeing if you got some. I personally put one in for Emmanuel Wilson. Also need a kicker, going for Tyler Loop. I'm in the 5th spot. We'll see what happens.
Dang. Those are definitely, well, obviously, me too, but definitely I was coming for Loop pause because Pinheiro looked like he had a hamstring injury, I
Yeah, he
believe.
did. Yeah.
So I was gonna be proactive and not wait till the end of the week. But yeah, I like
If I
that.
get Wilson, he'll
Aggressive,
be there for you. So, but yeah, no,
smart
just
man.
need to fill Cameron Dicker, who's a big piece of my
Vitally,
team. He's like an extra flex player.
for sure.
So, all right, Week 11 bowl predictions recap.
Let's do it.
We got Jalen Waddle finished inside 1.5. We had him finishing inside top 12 with 100 yards and a touchdown. That was a fail. He had multiple opportunities to get a touchdown. I know one went through his hands, or one guy. I don't know if it was tipped or through his hands, but he definitely had some opportunity.
He stunk it up this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Stunk it up.
Dak throwing for 3. Lamb and Pickens both finished with 75 in the tub. Lamb just, I don't consider this a L, like very close. They both scored. Pickens went off. Lamb just shy, 9 yards shy, 66.
This one I feel like is like in basketball. Like I shot it and it rolled around the rim. It was halfway down and
Oh,
it fell
yeah,
out. You
no
feel me?
question.
Like
Yeah,
because if
yeah.
I put that on a parlay, like Dak 3, Lamb CD or Lamb and Pickens both 75, I'm gonna lose it because he
Yeah.
only had 66. So that's how
It's
I
a
look
bad
at
beat.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a bad beat, but it was on track. So it is funny because I felt like it wasn't aggressive enough. I actually my first thought was he was gonna have one that Lamb, Pickens, and Ferguson. Yeah, I was like it's gonna be the trio this week, but
And it went to Flournoy.
yeah, it was good. He had a good game.
Yeah, no, they play well. I wish they didn't have. I mean, that tie's going to help at some point if they get into the wild card picture. But yeah, they got a big matchup against Philly this weekend. So the next prediction we had was Kittle and McBride both finishing top 100,
Yeah.
or
Uh,
both topping 100 receiving yards and a touchdown. Sorry, I read that
you're
terribly.
good.
That did not happen. Kittle finished with 67 and 2 touchdowns, and McBride would finish with 115 and a touchdown. So both play well, both score. Just Kittle did not get the 100 mark.
He
And
had
then we
the
have
extra touchdown. To
yeah,
spare,
and an
though.
extra touchdown. So he was good. Yeah.
That was a flop, though. That was definitely a flop.
And then both the Ravens and the Falcons DSTs finishing top 12 for the third straight week. With in there, Baltimore finished with 9 points, tied for fourth, and then ATL 4 points, technically tied for ninth. So avoid there.
So that was my thing. I want to clarify this. So when I
Yeah.
was looking at the points scored on the week, it was definitely it's like it was like 8 teams tied with like 4 points. So it was a very low scoring. Besides like maybe 6 teams,
Like Pittsburgh and a couple others.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, I didn't want to kind of say that was a no go, but I'll avoid at least the Falcons part because
Yeah.
it was But they were close. They had their chances too, but they got lit up. Bryce Young he plays very well against them. I think he's 5-1 in his career.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, bad call I guess on that, but
All right.
we rock out.
I'm going to blow my nose. And if you want to get started on your Week 12 bowl predictions, you got 4 new ones. What do you like this week?
Spiciest one, we going off the top rope. I'm going to say the Chiefs hold Jonathan Taylor under 75 rushing yards this week. This is just, for me, historically, the Chiefs' game plan, especially not against a quarterback that's not really a deep ball thrower, can threaten with the arm. They're gonna pretty much bail out or sell out for the run. I think they're gonna go aggressively, try to stop the run, and they're gonna ask their defense to if Daniel Jones has to pass it, we got to be there. So Trent McDuffie, I think he'll be on Pittman. I think it'll be maybe a more concerted effort, maybe to Alex Pierce this game on a deep ball or two, but unless they connect, I really don't think Daniel Jones is going to be able to challenge the Kansas City defense consistently. I think they'll, kind of like you've seen in the Super Bowl, their run defense for the Chiefs, very strong. They took Saquon pretty much out the game. Tying this in, I'm going to say the Chiefs hold Jonathan Taylor under 75 rushing yards. That's my spiciest one of the week. Cleveland and Las Vegas, I'm going to say the under that I looked at, or over-under was 36.5. I'm going to say they score under 35 collectively. I just think both teams, I could see that being a 17-10 kind of game.
Dookie Fest.
And yeah, that's going to be another one. I love Chris Olave this week. I got him down for at least 6 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Finishing, this is supposedly what Jalen Waddle was supposed to do last week. So it's a top 12 receiver on the week. I think he has a good matchup this week. AJ, who was it? AJ Terrell over there in Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's a good physical corner, but I think Chris Olave can have a big game versus him. And I'm going to say Tyler Loop. We just mentioned the waivers. Finishes a top 5 kicker versus the New York Jets with at least 3 made field goals. That offense, I think, is going to be, points in the game where they're going to be up comfortably, still take points. And then there's points with the Jets, too. For at least 2 or 3 weeks, I saw their much better defense the second half. So could hopefully make, if the Ravens decide to take their foot off the gas, lead to extra field goal points, if they're, not trying to run the score up or anything like that. So I think Tyler Loop has a good game. I thought he had a really good game last week. So, yeah, I'm going to show some love to special teams this week.
All right. I like it. So, yeah, we'll be back next week to see how those play out for week 13. And hopefully you go 4 for 4, my brother.
Let's get it.
On to rankings. You know how we, flow of the show, regular time for rankings. Green lights for your quarterbacks. They're playing the Jets, so probably the best green light you would see is Lamar Jackson. They're definitely trying to run the table, keep pace in the AFC North, keep going into the postseason. The Patriots, they have the Bengals on the road, early favorites, 8 points, 9-2, trying to be one of the first 10-win teams of the year. So definitely want to look at Drake May. Matt Stafford is spraying the ball right now, so someone you want to look at. Really fun Sunday night game with Tampa going into LA. Should be a very fun game to see that. I like Trevor Lawrence a little bit this week. It's not like the biggest play, but I mean, could have an opportunity with the Cardinals. You never know. He is on our pump the brakes list, but you never know which version of the Cardinals you're getting. So he does have the opportunity to be a green light. As far as you got Jordan Love, you got Sam Darnold, who's continuing to play well.
I think he rebounds. From
Yeah,
last
should
week.
rebound against the Tennessee Titans. Favored 2 touchdowns already for that game, so definitely want to fire that up. And then Caleb Williams until proven otherwise. He's a gamer. He might not have a lot of points to start, but Ben Johnson led offenses will always stay in games and compete. So they got the Steelers coming in. Should be another prime performance for Caleb Williams to do well.
How many games they won in a row? I think they were like, what are they, 6-2?
They're 7-3. As far as their win streak, they're on a 3-gamer.
They're 7. Okay, because they've been playing very well. I just saw a commercial or something on the NFL Network when they flashed. They won a few games stacked, like an 8-game win streak, like 6-2 or something.
Yeah. So the one loss they have is that one loss to the Ravens when Hunley got them. But yeah, you're right. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of their last 8.
They've won 7 of the last 8?
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
They started the season losing 0-2, Vikings, Lions, and then and Terrence. And so shout out to them. Another just a testament to Caleb
coaching.
Williams, Ben Johnson, and they have a good team over there, all 3 levels.
Imagine hiring a head coach who can just transform a quarterback and win games in his first season.
It must be nice.
Imagine, oh, okay. Anywho.
Pump the brakes on guys like Dak. He's got a tough Philly matchup. Another quarterback who puts up a lot of points but has a tough defense. Baker's going on the road to LA. I believe it's Packers Vikings. Another one to take a look at. So just be cautious of JJ McCarthy getting into those divisional trenches. And like I said, T-Law is definitely a pump the brakes. He does have opportunity to play well, but going at Arizona could be a weird travel. Not sure if he's ever played at Arizona, so we'll see how he does. But we got a good amount of running backs on the green lights, so I'll pass it over to you, Jared.
This week, obviously, you're going to start your studs. I'm much higher on a running back like Kyron this week. You're finally seeing touchdown equity from K9. ETN, I think, versus the Cards can get ETN maybe. He can get it done versus the Cards. Quinshawn Junkins versus the Raiders. I think he's in play for a big week.
Yep.
Chase Brown, theoretically, no Jamar Chase. I can see him have uptick in receiving this week. But I think you got to ride the hot hand with Trey Henderson right now. He's just been, just showing why he's a second round draft pick. So I think once they get to him and get familiar, I believe they have the Bengals. So that's one of the most generous defenses we've seen in literally 50 years. So I think he's a smash play. You got to ride the hot hand there. Some that I'm not as high on this week. I know it's going to sound crazy, but Jonathan Taylor, like I said, I just think the Chiefs are proven time again that they can stop some of the most elite running backs and kind of just
especially interior.
yeah, and just rely on their pass defense, in this game specifically to be exposed or try to be exposed, I should say. Ashton Genty, I definitely didn't like what I saw from the game last night in terms of rushing and just
Usage.
play call. Yeah, it just wasn't really in tune there. So versus a Cleveland defense, Myles Garrett could be a long day, could be closer to a floor game. Javante versus the Eagles again could be a floor game. Tyrod Tracy, I know he's had a good week this week, but the Giants tough defense this week. Who the Giants play? They're playing
Detroit.
Yeah, yep, Detroit. I think they can, kind of bottle him up. I wouldn't be playing the Titans RBs. Hunt's definitely has touchdown equity. You just got to be careful if he doesn't fall in the end zone. But he's proven though he gets the goal line, and especially if Pacheco's not there, I think he's the most trusted guy over there. But we'll see if Pacheco plays. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the Cardinals running backs they got Jacksonville this week. Tougher defense, but you're not really sure who's going to get the playing time. Steven Carter's injured, Benson's injured, so it is going to probably be Knight. He scored last week, and that'd probably be my preference there.
Yeah, for sure. As far as wide receivers, the studs. I would say definitely can continue to start. C.D. Lamb, George Pickens had an insane game yesterday. We were talking about Jamison Williams. He's had a great uptick in good value in the Lions' offense as of recently. Devontae Adams is a touchdown monster. So look his way. Tedero McMillan had one of his better games of his career last week as well. Some key players that you want to look at: Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs are both getting fed well in the Green Bay offense. Jordan Love's leaning on them a little bit more with Tucker Kraft going down. Like I mentioned earlier, Juwan Jennings is playing well with Brock Purdy. Seems to be getting healthier week by week. Wan'Dale Robinson and Jacoby Myers are both in struggling-ish offenses, but they still continue to have number one receiver volume. So definitely want to continue looking their way. As far as wide receivers with tough matchups, you got Denzel Ward on Trey Tucker, so keep wary of that. Stingley will probably be covering Khalil Shakir. Michael Pittman got the McDuffie matchup that Jared mentioned earlier. DK will have Rudolph, so with Mason Rudolph probably not as trustworthy. And then A.J. Brown just not getting the volume. I think Chris told me on the phone earlier he ran 3 total different routes last night. 3. He's your premier $100 million plus dollar receiver. Only ran 3 different types of routes. It's kind of crazy. So definitely keep wary of those until proven otherwise. So you got a lot of tight ends on this week that could be good plays.
Definitely. Last week was a sloppy week for tight ends. I didn't see much besides a couple, the top heavy. This week, I think obviously must starts are McBride, Kittle, Kelsey, Warren, Ferguson. Mark Andrews definitely in play versus the Jets. He had a really big, nice creative rushing touchdown versus the Browns last week. I think he can get one versus the Jets. We have very sloppy tackling, especially from our safeties. We have Malachi Moore, rookie, fourth rounder, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Starting safety. Him and Tony Adams missed tackles left and right. So I could see that, and a little bit of missed assignments too. So I could see that being a bigger day for him, especially around the red zone. Dallas Goedert versus the Cowboys. I think he's just had a lot of red zone usage for me. I know Philly's passing offense is very suspect, but I think he'll have a good week. Obviously, the Cowboys, Dallas Goedert. Just think that would be a good game for him. Brock Bowers, I think he'll be getting his target share. Like you mentioned, the Raiders pass a lot, just versus a tougher defense this week, but he's an auto start. Hunter Henry's playing Cincinnati. Their defense, we've mentioned how bad they are. So I think any time you can kind of stream versus them, you've seen Colston Loveland, his big day, career day, the 2 touchdowns versus them. Dalton Schultz has proven good chemistry with Davis Mills. I know he's starting again on Thursday night. It is kind of a hold your nose and plug and play there, but Dalton Schultz does get active over there. And these kind of more matchup dependent, right? Like Kyle Pitts, I think theoretically without Drake London should see an uptick in volume. Can he maximize that?
Right.
Question. We don't know. Jawan Johnson, the reverse, tight end in that game, definitely can see Tyler shows, targets in the red zone. AJ Barner, like I mentioned earlier, good usage, very creative, kind of like that Tush Bush gets rushing. Sam Darnold's had good games with him earlier this year, so maybe that's back in play. Browns tight ends, we'll see. Again, good matchup versus the Raiders, but a change at quarterback could be helpful. We'll see. And then George Fant versus the Patriots. Bengals without Jamar Chase. I think sneakily, he should be definitely involved more as to, catch some more passes because Flacco's going to need somebody down his top receiver.
All right.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
Patriots defense is really good interior. So on that D line actually, so may see him more over the middle there. I know I have on my it's funny on my pump the brakes though. I'm not too big on Mason Taylor this week versus the Ravens secondary. Change of quarterback. I'm not a big fan of. T.J. Hawkinson, just the volume isn't there for me. I know he dropped a touchdown, but that was maybe the last sign of life I saw from him. He gets 3 or 4 looks a game, and McCarthy's not that accurate either. So,
Yeah.
and then Kate Otten, Loveland, and Theo Johnson. You're just looking at if you don't get a touchdown, bottom barrel. So,
Yeah.
production definitely beware.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Sorry about that. Quick technical difficulty, but we are back. I was talking about kickers. So always check the forecast. Obviously, you want to make sure that um, you got somebody that's playing in some optimal weather, and you don't want them having to deal with the elements. I saw, I want to say it was the Green Bay game, a couple extra points went wide left or barely could get off the ground. So you definitely want to make sure that you're looking into that. You know, Kansas City, Missouri. Obviously, Windy City, getting colder. Could be snow at this point too. City like Chicago is hosting a game. Um, Packers are hosting a game this week, so definitely want to look out for those kickers. But there's also other kickers like in Falcons Saints games, they'll be in the dome. Bucks Rams, they'll be on the West Coast. Eagles Cowboys will be indoors. So just keep an eye on those kickers. But just to name a few, obviously Brandon Aubrey, Tyler Loop's playing the Jets. Jason Myers, number one kicker in football right now, with the Seahawks. Keep an eye out for him. Caleb McLaughlin, Bucks put up a lot of points, as well as Harrison Bucker. Chris Boswell has been really good. Jaime Fairbairn and Eddie Pinheiro watch their monitor their status, see if they're ready to go. But otherwise, Cairo Santos had a really good game. And then continue to play guys like Cam Little, Will Reichard, because they're in sturdy offenses. And then just probably pump the brakes on like guys like Joey Sly, Nick Folk, and Matt Prater. Just tough matchups. They might not be in field goal position a lot, so just be wary of that. And then I'll kick it back to you for the defenses.
Defenses, definitely in play. Seattle this week versus a rookie quarterback. Baltimore versus an old veteran backup quarterback. Detroit could be again versus Jameis. Not too sure what Dart's status is for this weekend, but could see a boost if Jameis has to go. I think Jameis is a little bit more turnover prone, less mobile than Dart. Las Vegas and Cleveland, as mentioned, good waivers targets this week. If you're in need of a defense, I think both teams can have a strong opportunity for a lot of sacks, turnovers, sloppy, low-scoring game. Jacksonville versus Arizona could be in play. Chicago versus Aaron Rodgers. I know they hate him, but I know they would love to finally get a win versus him. But he has like a fractured wrist, so we'll see if he plays or if it could be Mason Rudolph. Green Bay, they're versing J.J. McCarthy, who's very turnover prone, very inaccurate. So, opportunities there. New England's playing the Bengals and Joe Flacco down Chase.
Yep.
They do have a strong corner who can match up well with T. Higgins. So we'll see. Again, their defense can stop the run pretty well, can make the game one-dimensional, force Joe Flacco's hand there, and maybe a mistake or two. Atlanta, they're playing New Orleans. Atlanta's definitely a team with a lot of sack potential. Hopefully, they can get to home to Tyler Show. San Fran, they're playing the Panthers. Bryce Young could revert back to Bryce Young quickly. And in Arizona, anytime you're playing Trevor Lawrence, he's in play.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Houston or Buffalo, both same game. I wouldn't start those defenses. The Rams defense, I know this one's going to come as a surprise after getting 4 picks last week. But I just think, Tampa, they're going to at least, if they don't score through the air, I think they'll be definitely putting up points on the ground. I'm sorry, through the, with kicking. I think the Rams defense definitely could, 6 or 7 points, hold their strong end, but not really an upside game. But we'll see. Indy, they got the Chiefs. Again, Chiefs have Indy, so I think both defenses kind of out. Their ceilings are much lower this week. I think there's going to be points at a premium, but enough to kind of sour the day playing them. If you have a better option with more upside, there's definitely that. Tampa, the same thing versus the Rams. Stafford's been balling. McVay is a great coach, so offensively, I don't think that Tampa's ready to stop them, or defensively, I should say. Minnesota, definitely. I probably wouldn't play them versus the Packers, especially if Josh Jacobs is healthy. I just don't think the defense is generating enough behind McCarthy. But they have their spike weeks. And then Philly versus Dallas, I would kind of get away from. Dallas, I think they're going to put up enough points to where it's not really a great day for them defensively with points. So
Yeah.
it might be more of like a regular good football game, but not translating into much fantasy points. So that's kind of what the pump the brakes are this week.
For sure. More crucial than ever, especially if you're in the playoff hunt, or if you're not trying to be in last place, or if you're trying to get seeding for the playoffs, if you're already in the spot. So pay attention, stay tapped in, stay locked in, and yeah. So this week, back with GTP. Jared, how many you got for me?
I got 4 for 4 on phone them.
Pose. All right, bet. So what are the positions we got?
Pause. We got one running back, 2 receivers, and a tight end.
1 running back, 2 receivers, and a tight end. Receiver, please.
1 or 2.
2.
Boom. All right. This receiver is currently receiver 37 on the year. He has a total of 82.7 points. He averages 9.19 points per game. He has 65 targets, 38 catches for 457 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, only 2 red zone targets. Last year, he was our wide receiver 18. He had a total of 183.4 points. He averaged 14.11 points per game last year. He had 97 targets, 67 receptions, 1,079 receiving yards, which was good for 16th in the league. He was tied for 8th with 7 touchdowns, and he had 6 red zone targets last year, while also missing 4 games. So pretty strong finish last year. Wide receiver 18 missed 4 games. This year definitely has been, it's just been mind-boggling, kind of like.
I know it is. Once you said that.
Who?
It's BTJ.
No, actually,
it's not. Mm-mm. Oh, I felt good about that.
I'll give you a hint though.
Okay.
Inner excellence.
Inner excellence.
That's be the only hint I can say for that.
Oh. AJ Brown.
Oh God, so you didn't know. Okay, so I thought that was a deep pull, but yeah, the inner excellence might have given it away. But yes, that one is AJ. Yeah, the book.
AJ Brown.
This one is AJ Brown. Yeah, double, like almost going backwards by a while. Yeah, wide receiver 18 last year. This year is wide receiver 37. Just not a good season. He was mentioning get rid of him on somebody's live stream. Like,
drop me in fantasy or something like that.
Yeah, not good. Vibes are not good.
Tight end, please. Pause.
Tight end. We're looking at a tight end 8 on the year with a whopping 86.6 points. He averages 8.66 points per game on 60 targets. He got 43 catches for 491 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 red zone targets, and he has a fumble lost on the year. Last year, he was tight end 17. He averaged or had a total of 97.8 points. He averaged 6.5 points per game on 66 targets, 50 catches for 548 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 3 red zone targets and 2 fumbles, none lost last year.
I'm going to say Dalton Schultz.
No. Good guess.
All right. Strike 1, strike 2. I'm going to say Cole Kmet. All right. And AFC or NFC?
This NFC, but they're playing well this year, or at least well enough to be tight end 8 this year.
Oh, you said tight end. Okay, I flipped them. Okay. All right. Tight end 8 this year. Got it. NFC. Got it. Okay. South. Boom, boom, boom. North. Boom, boom, boom. Wait, North. Laporta? All right, that's 3 strikes.
This one was Jawan Johnson.
Jawan Johnson.
Tight end 8.
He's
Crazy.
tight end 8. Yeah. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. We want to finish with we want to do running back?
Running back, yeah.
All right. We're looking at currently the RB 37 on the year. Total of 72.5 points. Averaging just over 8 points per game. 91 rushing attempts. 334 rushing yards. So he's averaging 3.7 yards per carry. Only 1 rushing touchdown on the year. 26 targets. 17 receptions. 126 yards. 2 touchdowns. A red zone attempt. Surprisingly, 156 kick return yards this year. Now, last year, this was RB 15. He had a total of 220.10. Sounds like my weight right now, actually. His attempts pause was 250 last year, was good for 12th. He was 8th in the league in rushing with 1,195 rushing yards. 10 rushing touchdowns, good for 7th. 4.8 yards per carry. 54 targets, good for 43 catches. 171 yards, a touchdown. A whopping 39 red zone attempts last year. He had 4 fumbles, so 3 of them lost, and a 2-point conversion.
And what's his rank right now?
Right now, he's currently RB 37. He has 72.5 points, 8 points per game, 91 attempts, 334 on the ground, 1 touchdown, 17 catches off 26 targets, and a $126 through the air with 2 touchdowns.
Kenneth Walker? Okay. Right.
Of that ilk, though. Of that ilk.
Jalen Warren.
So, yeah, I can't give that away. But, yeah, he's definitely... Like, last year, he was one of the waiver wire heroes last year. That's the best way I could put it.
Jordan Mason?
That was a good guess, though. Very good guess. Jordan Mason, I think, is RB, 31 right now. This one is Chuba Hubbard, actually. I was going to say he got his job taken, but I feel like that would have given it away.
That would have definitely gave it away.
Yeah. Chuba Hubbard definitely slid a bunch this year.
All right, 1 for 3. Need to go 500. Wide receiver 1.
And wide receiver 1, let's do it. Currently, wide receiver 44 on the year. Total of 70.6 points on the year. Averaging 8.83 points per game. 60 targets. Good for 30 catches. 420 receiving yards. 1 touchdown. He has 2 rushes for 16 yards and 1 touchdown, averaging 8 yards per carry. In 2024, this was wide receiver 4, had a total of 240.5 points, averaged 14.15 points per game, 133 targets, which was tied for 13th in the league. 87 receptions, tied for 14th in the league. 1,282 yards last year, good for third in the league. 10 touchdowns, tied for fifth in the league. And 11 red zone targets, 6 rushing attempts, 48 yards. And he was averaging 8 yards per carry with 2 2-point conversions.
Mike Evans.
No.
He probably missed too much time. I wasn't sure if he got the numbers. So then that sounds like BTJ.
That is Brian Thomas.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like that's like the first one sounded like that one sounded like
that's
BTJ.
That's funny because I was like, oh snap.
I was like, wait, one of those like that one. Okay, that makes sense.
He was on that. Yeah, Brian Thomas. I'm not going to gas. I was going to say his hint, but he missed the last 2 games. Even still, he hasn't been producing.
Yeah.
He's tied. He was entering this past week. Was tied in the league with drops with 9 with Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, terrible, bad season. My second round draft pick, and I took him over Devontae Adams this year. I went against my gut. I saw he was there, and I took the bait. That's the way I could put it. I took the bait, yo. So. But no, shout out to Dan for getting through. What was that, 2 for 4?
2 for 4. I'll take it.
I like that. Shout out.
Lakers.
There you go.
All right, so a little bit of technical difficulty again. So we're just going to do a quick rapid fire, get out of here. We're going to call Deuce, just get a little insight quickly on him and being undefeated and honestly making some league history as we are seeing it unfold. So, all right, real quickly, we'll go over the rapid fire. Bills, Texans.
I'm going to go Bills.
I got the Bills as well. Browns, Raiders.
I'm going to give me Raiders.
Need the Raiders to get a dub, like we were just saying. If they can't do it, if they can't beat Cleveland, then we'll just tank. Might as well just fold it up. Colts, Chiefs, big time AFC matchup.
Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs as well. Steelers, Bears.
If Rodgers plays, I'll take the Steelers, but if not, give me the Bears.
I will take the Bears as well. Pats, Bengals.
Pats
big. Jets, Ravens.
Jets, not Ravens.
Ravens big. Favorite 2 touchdowns already, as well as the Seahawks, who are favored 2 touchdowns going to Nashville against Tennessee Titans.
Rightfully.
Yep. Seahawks there. Vikings, Packers, NFC North matchup.
If Josh Jacobs doesn't play, Minnesota could upset them, technically, I guess, if the upset. But I like Green Bay here to cover.
I like
to
Green
take
Bay.
business.
Yeah.
Take care of business.
Giants, Lions.
Lions.
I like the Lions as well. Jags, Cardinals.
You know what? I would love to see the Cardinals win this one.
I got the Cardinals as well. I think they could sneak a dub out. Falcons, Saints, NFC South matchup.
I would love to see the Saints win here. But realistically, Falcons will win probably.
I'm gonna go with the Saints. I don't know what to expect from Kirk Cousins. NFC East matchup. One of the more always anticipated in the league. Eagles, Cowboys in Jerry World.
Would love Dallas to. Let me get Dallas here, matter of fact.
I'm gonna take Dallas as well. Bucks, Rams.
These games are so beautiful.
Yeah, the last couple. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the
Rams. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. The
The
Bucks can score with the best of them, but the defense is tough right now.
Mm-hmm.
They can score with the best of them though. Monday Night Football. I probably won't watch much of this. Panthers, Niners.
49ers.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers as well. Shouldn't expect anything out of the ordinary on that. But yeah, that's our rapid fire. Real quickly, just want to tap in with the current number 1, current points champion. Let's see if Deuce answers the phone.
Okay.
They went straight to voicemail.
You got to double back because he might be on notification. Do not disturb, Joel. It's like peak season thing for him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yo.
What's up?
What's good? You are live with channel 856, my brother.
What's good, Alex?
So, yeah, we just want to call you real quick. You're on the precipice of some history in the league, as much as I hate to say it. Currently 11-0. Currently have delivered a L to the entire league. So, any message you want to send to your counterparts, any way you're feeling,
Yeah.
you're on the road to a third title in this league, very much turning into a dynasty.
Come
Uh,
on.
I will
Come
stop.
on.
I will stop glazing now. So,
Come on.
Deuce.
Let the church say amen. Amen. Let's go.
So
Is it my
yeah,
turn?
yeah. No, please, the
No,
floor
you
is
think it,
yours.
because I said, listen. When I get the fucking talking, I'm about to get the fucking talking. So if y'all got anything more else to go, like y'all let it out.
No, please, the floor is yours.
It's me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, shout out to you guys for doing what y'all doing, man. It's really a big step. It's a good look for the game, man. You feel me? I like what you guys are doing, and it's honorable. You know? And as we're on the topic of honor, let's talk about this. When you look to your left or to the right of you, Daniel, to have somebody who shows up week in and week out to provide their opinionated advice about football, but then turn the left cheek to lose 10 straight is diabolical work, okay? That's like sitting in front of a TV and having a dog telling a fish how to drink water. It's sick, okay? It's physically sick, you know? But I digress. That's not why we're here. We're here because I am who I am and y'all are who y'all are. You guys
Okay.
want to know?
Yeah.
You guys want to know
Alrighty.
who you guys are? Oh,
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
you
ahead.
know?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Do what you gotta do.
I mean, you know what? Let me take 2 steps back. This has been a long day. You know, I've been at work. I clearly don't have Wi-Fi because you guys just haven't heard from me as much. But that's on me. And, when you guys think about the transition I made, yeah, I've had some down seasons in the last couple. But I think this summer I really took some time to inhale and exhale and control my breathing and really be disciplined. And part of me being disciplined is mentally tapping back into the game, making the right moves, just putting myself in a position to be successful.
Yeah.
And the more Jared glasses keep crackling, the less vision he's gotten for this sport. But this is not about Jared. I'm not going to give that boy that shine anymore on his platform. You guys called him champion. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
part of it is, yeah, it's dope. Smacking all y'all, regular, whatever.
Do you see yourself going to the playoffs 14-0? Do you have any tough matchups on the way in?
You know, Daniel, and you've always had a unique ability to ask the right questions at the right time because that's what it's about, Daniel.
That's why I'm in the podcast
You
business, man.
ask the right question at the right time. And part of what you just asked me is, do I see myself going 14-0 and continuing my success? Daniel. Daniel.
Yeah.
It's over, baby boy. The title is mine.
It's a done bun.
The greatest season ever put together in the history of this league is done. But that's not what's really going to get me. At some point, I got to look in that mirror. As I've created my dynasty, as I'm the first 3-time champion to ever step foot in the presence of you nitwits, I got to ask myself, what's bringing me back? What? Why?
Are you saying you're contemplating retirement?
Mr. Brown. You are good, damn it. You are good. But part of what I'm saying is, no, the fans need me.
Gotcha.
Deuce is around. Caskets are going to be casketing. But one of my requirements I am going to do, because I've already started on my post, because you niggas is cabbage, excuse my language, something I need from each individual that's a part of this league going into next year I need 200 words, paragraph format of your why. I need to know why you guys still do this. I need to know why you guys still keep me in this league, knowing that I'm capable of super cutting y'all any year in and year out. And do you smell that? Yeah, that's the smell of your producer's breath breathing as he's holding that camera, knowing he's not good enough. Okay?
That was that Quinn. That was a Quinn shot. Yeah, he gave you the middle finger, bud.
That's regular. He gonna need a couple more. And you know what he can do with that middle finger? He can dash away every little freaking dollar into my motherfucking account.
I'm calling out a peak tomorrow.
He's calling
That's
out.
cool. Hey, don't worry, big dog. I'm ready. We ride your director. But listen, you know what, Quentin? You do me a favor, Quentin. I need you to direct deposit me $1 a day for the next 3,000 days. Okay. Hey.
Jared, do you have any questions for Alex?
No, I'm not going into that. I mean, he could do his victory lap. That's cool, but what am I ask him? No, I'm not just feeding into like the gloat, but you did your thing, so definitely do your thing.
All right, on a serious note, sorry guys, I had to get that off my chest. But no, man, it's been a blessed year. I think the JSN keeper was really key for me. I had high hopes on Mike Evans, but you know, IR held me down. Jonathan Taylor, man, I thought he was going to be decent, but let's not forget, right? The Colts are also like they're 8-2. Their line is just ridiculous. The season he's putting together is on some Saquon stuff. So super happy from that note. I'm glad my stack is decent. I ain't gonna lie. Going into the draft, I was hoping I could get that Mahomes Kelsey kind of connect, as everyone kind of gave up on them. I knew the kind of players that I was going after in the first 4 rounds. I had to hurry up and get a queue and just, you know, Mahomes is one of the greatest ever, right?
Yeah, I think that was a good turn to 4 or 5.
Yeah,
I think it was Mahomes, Kelsey, whatever it was. I think it was 4 or 5. Kelsey, Mahomes. No, Mahomes,
Yeah.
Kelsey. But yeah, that was a good. Those two been very good this year. Rebounding years for both of them.
I ain't gonna lie, that's definitely held me down. And then, you know, on the low key, we can say what we gotta say about the Vern trade, but the depth is what's helping me as we get into the winter months. As you can see, JK's out, like my receivers are out, so there's no one I need depth to make it through the second half of the year. That's super big. But the league has been good this year, man. Like, you got teams that were decent in the beginning, like Zaire. Then you got teams on the come up, like Steam. You know, even Doodle Bob, he's doing decent with his little stack. But yeah. So for the most part, no, man. The league has been good. I like what Quinn's been doing this year. He's really been challenged, as I think the league is getting a little bit more serious every year. You feel me? Just
Absolutely.
football's grown with us, and we've grown together as a group. So it's good, man. It's some good sports this year.
Yeah, I think you just wrapped up the episode perfectly. You know, league's been growing, competition's been getting better, and we want to give you a chance to say what you got to say because, listen, high mountain, long fall. So
Hey, and you know what? I appreciate you guys for that. To be honest, I've been watching the episodes, and I'll just be honest, right? Like, I'll call it out like it's the Breakfast Club. I did feel like you guys were rooting for Quinn a little bit when he was a little bit undefeated, but I always felt like he was faker than Chris's front tooth, and we all.
Oh wow.
And
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Oh, I gotta go. All right.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry, guys. But no, I think, you know, when Quinn had his little undefeated run, stuff like that, like, I just, you know, I was feeling Quinn out. But Quinn has a good team. Let's not get that twisted, right? I think Quinn has a good team. I think Steen, he's live or die by the Lions, but the Lions is a good team, right? Like, let's not get that twisted. Chris got a 1-2 punch, but the rest of his body is, applesauce. Like, yeah, look how he dresses. Keemus, Keemus, oh my gosh. I think when you think of Kemis and his mindset, it's like I don't know. It's like having Marcus Camby at a corporate job. It's just a goofy setting. It's a goofy guy in a goofy setting. So when you take a flag football coach and you put him around real dogs, it gets finicky. You figured out me? Evan, look, Evan, he's an acquired taste. It's like going to a sub shop, getting a hero, and asking it for like, hey, let me get a turkey sandwich with Takis. It's weird.
The Aki way.
Like Takis, the chips, right? Like, who's gonna have a ham and cheese with Takis on the side? A nigga like Evan, right? Like, that's when you play Evan, you play a weird setting. You never know where you're gonna get. Dan, always good, strong competitor. I don't like how the West Coast dudes called you and got you in 3 ways.
Oh my God.
I'm just being transparent, Papa. Listen, I just didn't like that little menage a trois with cahootery from the West Coast, right? These Las Vegas dudes, you can't trust them, right? Scoop, he's up all day. He's driving box trucks the size of the back of his neck. We don't know what he got going on.
All right, bring it home. We gotta bring it home.
Okay. All right, sorry guys, I derailed again. But once again, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Quinn for being a strong commish, making all of this happen. You guys have been super competitive this year. Jared, come back, baby. Like, it ain't fun if the bros can't have nothing. You're not competitive. It doesn't bring that.
I can't win them all, but I can't lose them. I mean, I can't win them
Jared,
all, but I'm here. No, I'm not. It's just this one of them years. I'll be honest. It's just
Jared,
me.
I'm gonna give you.
I haven't made enough moves.
The last 2 to 3 next, Jared. I mean, last 2 to 3 years, Jared. I ain't gonna lie. You had your foot on people's necks. It was to the point where you would beat someone and invite them to fight if they said something wrong.
Oh my God.
And Jared was in a different bag. Jared would really chip you by 40 and call you a P word and ask you to a face. And he was standing on shit. I'm just saying, Jared,
Yo, this is not factual, y'all.
Listen, I'm being honest. Jared, when you was on top, stop it.
This is not the scenario we going with, so no.
You woke up in the morning to purposely call people.
I'm not jacking that, but I was talking spicy, but I'm not jacking that. I'm not jacking that. But I will say though, it's just been a tough season for me. I know when we played, it was a good match for a little bit. I know it was going back and forth for a bit, but nah, you definitely assembled a good team. You definitely had a good draft. So I think for real, I'm just gonna keep watching from afar, see what's going on with the season. But for sure, I appreciate you for sliding though, picking up. I know you said it was like peak season. I told Dan got double back on the call. He probably on do not disturb, so we had to make sure we just sent a voicemail.
Yeah, bro.
We should have gave you a heads up, but nice little spur of the moment.
Unfortunately, y'all know I'm always ready. But once again, thank you guys for reaching out. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the pod.
You already know. All right, my boy. Be safe, bro.
Right, I get with y'all.
All right.
Hey, last question. Y'all should get some t-shirts, man. I'll fun.
We'll definitely
soon come.
Yeah, speak into existence. We will definitely be doing something like that soon. T-shirts, merch, something.
Merch drop, man. The merch gotta go crazy.
I got you, gang.
All right, y'all.
All right. Yes, sir. All right.
Whew. That was Alex. Definitely, I knew. Unfortunately, he's definitely one of the person that I love Alex, but he could definitely chat. But it was good. It was definitely not unsolicited.
I just don't want to hear it.
Not even that. I'm saying what was it? Sporadic, spur of the moment.
Yeah.
So I appreciate him for being available, hopping on. He's always a good time, funny, good energy. Definitely has a good team
for sure.
And right now he's number one, beat everybody in the league. So like I said, I had nothing to say there. Do his victory lap. Do what you gotta do. So he came on and he definitely did that and let it be known. So word. Shout out to Alex one time for the one time.
Yeah, no, shout out to our Lord and Savior. Shout out to our friends and family. Call your mom, dad, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, cousin. Tell them you love them. Sure. Stay tuned. Thanksgiving coming up next week. We'll have a Thanksgiving episode next week. And then Jared, how about yourself?
Damn, I had a couple shout outs too. Hopefully the what's my man that Chris Boyd that just got shot. Hopefully shout out to him that he could pull through. I know he was a Jets little, not little, but special teams players, cornerback.
Oh yeah, Chris Boyd. Yeah.
Shout out to let me think. I feel like I had a couple shout outs this week for real. Damn. I'm slipping my mind right now. Shout outs. Oh man.
Shout out to Ye.
There we go.
Your hat's on the way, brother.
Yay. Shout out to DJ. What was it? ENT?
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like that.
yes.
Shout
DJ
out to
T.
him.
Yep.
I will be in your DM. Aces app. Let me think. That was a couple shout outs I had, but shout out to everybody that likes, comments, subscribing, telling a friend. Shout out to our league mates, of course, every week. They be reposting and sharing it. Definitely good energy in the chat. And then shout out to y'all. Like whoever's making the playoffs, this is the time of the year, definitely crucial. Blood pressure will be through the roof. So go ahead and get ready to lock in the last couple weeks. So should be good. Channel 856. We signing out with y'all. Week 12, episode 13.
Ski ski.
Yes, sir. It's Jared.
It's Danny X.
Signing off.
See ya. Peace, love.